Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and thanks for tuning in to another how to install video on the channel today. This one concerns Planetwar Total War, and if you haven't heard of this mod before, it's one of the most ridiculous mods that you'll probably ever see. And if you don't believe me, I'm just going to scroll down to reveal a picture of two Teletubbies riding on the back of a purple Tyrannosaurus Rex. So it is a pretty ridiculous mod, but it does have a full playable campaign, which is very cool to see, and there are a number of different races including humans, there's vampires, Teletubbies, Klingons, a bunch of different races. Very, very cool. And this mod hasn't been updated in a few years, but I just wanted to cover it because I want my how to install library to be as expansive as possible, and also to get the word out to any of my subscribers that may be interested in playing this mod in the future. So it's pretty easy to install. First thing we need to do is go to moddb.com. And in the search tab, we're just going to start typing in Planetwar Total War. And once we do that, we're going to navigate over to the Files tab. And we're going to go for Planetwar version 4, which is a full version, so you shouldn't need any of the previous versions for it to work. Take note of the file size here, it's 1.22 gigabytes, so make sure that this projected file size matches the file size of your download. We're going to go ahead and click Download Now. Please ensure that you are using Google Chrome for this. If you are using Internet Explorer, a lot of times Internet Explorer will block the files. So I think it's something to do with I'm not sure if Internet Explorer has its own firewall or if it works in tandem with your firewall, but it just blocks pretty much everything. But it's a very small mod, it's not too big, shouldn't take too long for you to download. I already have this downloaded, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel it, but you guys continue on from here. Pause the video if need be, and then we will pick it up once we complete this part. Alright, once you have the file completely downloaded, you just have to close moddb.com and navigate to your downloads folder. And you should see planetwar.rar. Now, if this is a white piece of paper for you, chances are you don't have any extraction software downloaded onto your computer. So just go to Google and type in WinRAR, W-I-N-R-A-R, WinRAR download, and you could just get the free download. You never have to pay for it. It always asks you to pay for it, but you can just close it every time you open it, and you will see that in a couple of seconds. But just look at the bottom of the screen where you can see 1.21 gigabytes. So this is almost exactly the expected download size, which is perfect. And now all we need to do is navigate it to our Medieval 2 mods folder. So double click on the file, and this is going to ask you to buy it. You just hit X, and we're going to go up to Extract To. And for most of you guys, it will be on your local C drive, so you just double click on that, down to Program Files 86, down to Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and then you should see your Medieval 2 game in this list. Now this is for Steam users only. This doesn't apply to non-Steam users. For non-Steam users, it will work, this mod, but you need to make sure that you have the Kingdoms DLC with it. For Steam users, that's not an issue anymore because they've since amalgamated the Steam files and the Kingdoms DLC files for Medieval 2 together, so Medieval 2 and the Kingdoms DLC always comes together. But for the disc version, that may not be the case. I believe that it's called Medieval 2 Gold Edition. That is the one that will have the Kingdoms DLC with it. If you do have that, this mod will work. And for you, it would be local C, Program Files 86, and then you should see a Sega folder here, and then it would be like Sega Medieval 2 Total War mods. That would be for you guys. But I have it on my G drive, so I'm just going to navigate there. It's pretty much the same steps for all of the Steam users. So Steam Apps, Common. There's Medieval 2 Total War there. And then you just have to select the mods folder. Don't open it though, just select it and click OK. And then it is going to start extracting the software. The reason I have this open is because you can see that it immediately populates the Planetwar folder, and this is where all of these extracted files are going to. So we'll make a quick cut. This shouldn't take more than a minute or two, and we'll be back once the download is almost complete. Alright guys, and there we go. Doesn't take too long, just about a minute or so, and then we can close the Planetwar WinRAR, and we can close the downloads folder. And now you guys just have to navigate to your Medieval 2 Total War folder, the mods folder, as before. So for me, again, Steam Games, Steam Apps, Common, down to Medieval 2. Again, this is the exact same way that you found it before. So whether it's on your local C drive or whatnot. And then mods. And then here is Planet War here. So make sure that you have everything as you see. If anything is missing here, please delete this folder and then try the extraction process again. Chances are it may have just missed a couple of things. But make sure you have everything here. Now this is the executable that launches the game, so when you double click on this it will launch Planetwar Total War. I'm just going to switch over my recording software and I'll see you inside the mod. Alright guys, welcome to Planetwar Total War. We're going to jump into a campaign just to show you that the campaign does work, and while we're in the campaign, we'll jump into a battle to show that works as well. And as you can see, there are quite a few races. Now, a little disclaimer before we do carry on, and this is quite important because I'm sure I'll receive a couple of comments on it. If you cycle through these factions clicking them one at a time, eventually you will experience a crashed desktop. It happens for me all the time as well. I haven't figured out if it's every 6 or every 8, but it's about that number. But it isn't game breaking, don't worry about it. Just load up back the mod and you will be able to get back into the campaign. And as far as I can tell, it's not one particular faction. If I go by random, it just crashes on random factions, but after about 6 to 8 clicks. So it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. If it's not like you wanted to play as Bulgaria and it crashes every time on that, it's probably coincidental. Just load back in, and I bet you the first time you click on it, it will be fine. But we're just going to jump into the Human Empire here. You can see that this is our holdings on the campaign map, and we'll just jump into a battle while we're there as well. So let's get to it. I hope you guys saw that loading screen as well, because those were 100% Shreks on the battlefield. Very, very funny. So we've got some rebels here, but I'm just going to do a quick end turn to show you that it does work. And it looks like we've got some legionaries, which is pretty cool. Triarii, legionary cavalry as well. And just some peasants here. I'm just curious to see if maybe different places give you different stuff. We've got slingers. That's pretty cool. Yeah, New Legion, Triarii, Peasant Archers, Imperial Light Cavalry. So pretty cool. Let's just grab those. And let's hit end turn. And there you go. You can see it cycles through the end turn, no problem whatsoever. It's asking for new missions, but we're not going to do that. This is a how to install. I'm not going to play a campaign for you guys in this. So let's grab all of these forces and attack.
They'll wish they'd never been born, sire.
And here is the rebels. Got some riders, some tribal spearmen, tribal swords.
Yes,
pretty cool indeed. Let's jump in.
Show no mercy. Kill them all.
Alright, let's start deployment here. Take a look at some of these units. Pretty cool. Heavy bodyguards. We've got the legionary cavalry here. The legionaries as well. And we've got some light units up front, some slingers. So we'll just press start. You can see that it is working. Just send everyone forwards. Now, you may be hard-pressed to find some games on this for multiplayer. I doubt that many people play it, especially considering it hasn't been updated in quite some time. But if you have a circle of friends that would be interested in playing it, just coordinate a time and make sure that you guys all have the same version of the mod, and you shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. But as you can see, it is working just fine. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this how to install. If you have any issues, please just leave your comments in the video down below, and I will try and help you out as quickly as I can. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one.